Hi everybody, Hellcracks here, just doing an update for the channel just to let you know that the Musty Wargamers will be doing something Thursday, maybe Friday, or both, you never know. Palmer and I are going to have something special going on, so if you want to see what's going on, just pop over to the channel. Something live may be happening, you never know. Just pay attention. Alright, so what you see here is my latest update, what's been painted in the month of September here. Not much, just a few items so far for my Vampire Counts army, and a little bit of extra terrain in the back I've been working on. I had some more stuff I'll show you in a second what that's all about for the rest of the month. But yeah, let's just delve into it. Alright, over here is my Terrorgeist that I have worked on. You can see the old Terrorgeist model. I'm surprised that every time it's like this guy always falls off. He's not glued on there. So he can be, you can run it as a Terrorgeist by itself or as a Ghoul King on there. I do have a vampire I can I'm still haven't painted it yet, but I put a vampire on top of it. So you have lots of options with that for the vampire army. So I have that. That's a 3D printed model, by the way. And then I have, what, 37? No, or 47. Yeah, 47 ghouls right here that I've painted up. And some of these are repaints. I had some ghouls that I didn't like them, so I wanted to match them up with the rest of the army, so I repainted those. So now they match with everything. It's the old style metals along with some new plastics from Games Workshop. So that's mostly, there's a few not Warlord games, but Mantic games. There's a few of their ghouls parked in there somewhere just to fill out the force a bit. So there's those. So there's 47 ghouls. And over here we got a bunch of zombies. I wanted to have GW zombies, but you know, when you're talking 50, 60 bucks for 20 of them, yeah, I'm not spending that kind of money for having 40 of them. So I just 3D printed a bunch for about maybe $10, if that. So yeah, it was a lot cheaper to print them than it was to buy them. And they don't look too bad. So there's 40 of them, one complete unit of zombies, and they're led by their big giant dead chef. And I did print off a Legion banner for them, which I made the banner. It's like I took some plastic spears, cut them in half, and then made a banner pole out of it. So yeah, it works out pretty decently. So there's 40 of those guys. And I was kind of disappointed was that I printed off 2 of these movement trays. And then I put the guys in there, and as you can see, which I found before, I should have thought about it, but the things don't fit in there the way they're supposed to. So I have to print off some new ones and make them bigger, so the models will actually fit in there. But right now they don't. You can see they just don't quite fit perfectly. They're maybe about 2 millimeters of too small. So yeah, okay. Then we have some Varg here, or yeah, got 2 units of them. And when I put these guys together, I never thought about having them ranked up too well, but some of them rank up pretty good and others do not. So, but they're pretty much the like trolls equivalent, you know, for point wise. They're like 40 points apiece. So it'd be like your Orcs and Goblins army with a bunch of trolls in it. So they're just kind of like heavy beat sticks basically for the Vampire Count army. So we have that. So it's a couple units. So 10 is probably too many, but in a grand scheme of things, it's, you know, a few units here and there. And then we got a Karn Wraith here. So I got that guy. I just put a basic paint job on him. He's not really elaborate by any means. So give kind of a corporeal look to him with the greens. Same way with the Banshees back here. They're individual units, so they run separately. You know, they don't run in groups of, you know, what do you call it? Units. So they're a unit by themselves. So I have 4 of those single model units just to go out and, you know, they can tie things up. You know, they're incorporeal, so could be a problem. And then some Vargovs here, a couple of them. These are vampires that have gone, we call it feral. So yeah, they don't look too bad. I got a couple of them. And then back here is my crypt ghouls, or tombs, or something like that. Like you got the ghouls here, and then you got the heavy duty ghouls here. So yeah, they're a little bigger. So they're about, you know, you're looking at the 40-point range for these. Is the same as these. These fly. These do not. You know, they just beat things down. And then I have a couple corpse carts here. Those will be useful for bonuses, and you know, they basically have the vampire count army. They have this spell that they can cast where each necromancer in the game allows, and it's like they got a couple of level 1 necromancers on board, but they can cast it, and what they do is regenerate undead. So if there's already, you know, a unit took some losses, you can bring them back and put them back into the ranks again. They animate back to life again. And it also decreases the number of like crumble effects that your army can take by 1. So there's 2 of those. So they could be a little handy. We got those. So that's what I painted here. And then terrain-wise, I have these. Some more 3D printed stuff. I printed these off back when I was working on my Tomb Kings, just so I could put some terrain effects on some of the bases for my Tomb Dragon. And it's like, yeah. So I printed a bunch off, see which ones I liked, and it's like I didn't use them at the moment, and then I decided, yeah, it won't take me very long. So a couple hours worth of painting, and that's the result you get from a couple hours. Not even maybe an hour of painting involved altogether. So just to fill out a little bit of terrain for the board when we play the games. And I just happened to have, when I was putting my army together, I do have a black coach. I don't know if anybody's seen this before. The old black coach. I put some green stuff on the back, made a curtain back there. I made a little casket coming out with a skeleton crawling his way out, along with some skeleton cats and stuff. So it's my theme. It was a diorama I made for October thing I did with Palmer, gosh, maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And it also has a necromancer on board too. So there you go. So that's everything for that. I do have some hex race I still got to finish painting up. I do have some blood knights or black knights, however you want to build them. And I got some direwolves and more skeletons and stuff, which I'll show you here in a second. So I do have some other skeleton warriors from way back, 3rd edition skeletons from back in the 80s, Games Workshop skeletons. I always had for my army, so I got those to add to this. So I have a bunch of skeletons to go with this army too. So it's not like they're without. This is just what I painted here this month. So your army's coming along. All right, let's go wander over here. All right, over here, I got those. Still got those 40 skeletons. They're slowly moving along. Man, that is, there we go, a little brighter. The got a lot of the bone effects done for them, so I have to finish those out. There's a lot of belts and buckles and all that stuff with these guys. So eventually I'll get these done. I do have 10 Direwolves right here. These are 3D printed Direwolves, so I have those. I need to start really get working on. So they're at the point where I got to put a wash on them and then slowly bring out all the different colors and all the undead effects, because you know they got matted fur and open wounds and guts hanging out and all that fun stuff. And for my Tomb Kings, I do have a dais here that I want to put together or paint up. I got a couple it's like I did buy some brown paint, and then I was putting it on and realized it's gloss. I was like, what the frack? So, still adds brown color, but I'm not happy that I got a whole big giant thing of gloss paint. So, it's basically what's going to be used for your base coating. So, and then I got a couple heads and stuff. So this is going to be drop terrain for Tomb Kings games. And if you want to see what the banner looks like, here's, I printed off, and it was like a little too big for the banner for the zombies, the Legion. And here's another box of Direwolves I got to work on. I got to put these guys together. So I have 20 Direwolves, or 2 units of 10 fast moving units that will basically tie up stuff real quick. And this is another piece of terrain I got to work on. I do have a lot of the effects done with it. For the roof, now I got to put on all the, like I want to put white, that's all going to be like white molding and all that kind of stuff. So that's, and then I got to work on the brickwork here a little bit better. So I got the base of it down, but I got to put some more colorations like terracotta effects and stuff. So that's that. And you can see here's the rest of the base of it right there. So anywho, that's part of that problem that's got to go happening. I still have to work on stuff over there. I got Deadpool and Wolverine that still got to be worked on. But that's everything that I've done in the month of September so far, and the month is not done yet. We just reached the halfway point, and this is what's been done in the halfway. So before the end of the month is over, I'll have another 40 skeletons done, some Direwolves, because I got to put the Direwolves together, paint them, and then I have all those Black Knights I need to put together, and that should finish out the Vampire Count army. That's all I need to do. And hopefully by mid-October I should be done with the Vampire Counts. And I'll move on to the next army, which will be either Bretonians and Dwarves. One of the two. Or Chaos. I'm not sure yet. Still haven't figured out what direction I want to go yet. But my plan is before the end of 2025, I should have all my fantasy armies finished or painted completely and ready for playing. Alright, so that's it. That's the update for the day. Hope you guys like it. Like and subscribe, share with friends, and we'll see you in the next one. Hellcracks out.